What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has made a serious offer to Jarrell Big Baby Miller to fight him June 1st at Madison Square Garden of this year. And and it seems like Jarrell Big Baby Miller is interested in them. I mean, that's the fight he wanted. That's why I believe he canceled the fight that he was set to be in, because he already stated that he wanted a serious training camp for AJ, which is, the best thing that he could have possibly done for his career, because he has a chance to win 4 belts. Last June, they had a big DAZN launch, or was it last July? And Jarrell Big Baby Miller got in Anthony Joshua's face, and it was also revealed what he said. He went up to him and whispered and said, "You a punk. I want to fight." You know what I mean? Let's get it on. And that's when, Anthony Joshua had his belts, and, they was like face to face or whatnot. And then you had Prevectin sitting on the sidelines like, what the hell am I doing here? You know what I mean? Whose fight is this really? But Jarrell Miller really did talk up that fight. I knew that a seed was planted. I did a video about that, because at that time, the talks between AJ and DW was in heavy talk, supposedly, right? We don't know how close it was to be, but at the time we didn't know where it was going to be. But then you had a new player to the game, Jarrell Big Baby Miller, coming in with his loud mouth, sharp, slick capping, you know what I mean? And definitely getting under Anthony Joshua's skin, because Anthony Joshua admitted it in an IFL television interview that, someone pokes at you enough, pretty soon you're going to turn around and see what's poking you. And what was poking him, was Jarrell Big Baby Miller, no homo. So, I'm excited for Jarrell Big Baby Miller because, the guy has 24 wins to his credit. He has no defeats. Madison Square Garden is kind of like the Wembley of, of the States. So I would be all for it. I say, why not? As far as Dillian White, I think Dillian White, his journey should continue. He can, he has options, but that just shows Anthony Joshua has options. You have a lot of these commentators out here that's saying, oh, Anthony Joshua's back is to the wall. No, it's not to the wall. Anthony Joshua has options. You know what I mean? So if he had no options, then I could see you saying his back was to the wall, but he has options. He could have fought Dillian White at Wembley. Right now, they can just scrap that date. I don't know what they're going to put in place of that date. I don't know the legal ramifications of that, but obviously it doesn't matter. It had to have some insurance behind it because that's months away. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure if it's the 28th of January and that's going to be the 13th of April, they could fill something on that slot. You know what I mean? That's what the coordinators are for that work at Wembley. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is just talks. The offers have began. We'll see what Jarrell Big Baby Miller wants. The offer hasn't been revealed on the dollar amount on what they're offering Jarrell Big Baby Miller. But, I have to imagine 5 or 6 million. You know what I mean? Maybe 4 or 5. Because I look at fights like, I think people are getting greedier, honestly, man. I mean, I think that look at Brandon Rios and Manny Pacquiao when he came back into the sport of boxing after being knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. Well, he offered Team Rios $3 million. Team Rios hasn't seen a fight purse like that ever, maybe 500,000-600,000. So when they were offered the $3 million, that was like, hey, jackpot. Floyd Mayweather, the same thing. He offered Maidana, I think, $4 million, right, for 2 fights, right? So that was like $8 million, almost $10 million bucks, a little kickback for the revenue. But, that's still good money. That's still high career pay money. So I don't really see why these guys, think they should get this way up here and this, I want this split and this, that, and the other, you know what I mean? And not even having that ever, happen to them in their life. I think that spirit of greed just eats people up at times. But, but again, we don't know how much he's getting offered, but Jarrell Big Baby Miller has a huge opportunity if he chooses to fight Team AJ because, that's the top fighter in the sport. If he can dethrone the king, that would be very, very serious. You know what I mean? If we seen a fight, it really wasn't an upset, but we seen Kanowski fight Jarrell Washington, you know, and put him out. So size and shape, it can be very deceiving. Jarrell Big Baby Miller might like cupcakes and cheeseburgers and stuff like that, but you know what? He is tough. He showed me in his last fight that he can take a punch. He'll take 2 or 3 punches to get in to land two or three of his own. So, you know, it is an exciting fight on top of the mouthpiece that he possesses, and he does talk a gang of shit. So, you know, if he can get under his skin, imagine what he can do in the build up in this fight. So, you know, just putting it out there, just, you know, letting you guys foreshadow what could possibly be if Jarrell Big Baby Miller decides to fight Team Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Or should I say Anthony Joshua? Because the team won't be in there with Anthony. Let me rephrase. Let me counterpunch myself. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this news. I'll leave the link below, of course. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.